Morning folks, Rich AWOL Mallorca again. Currently working my way up into the hills above Port Andratx, over in the bottom southwest corner of Mallorca. Going to do, well, attempt a route today from Port Andratx and up along the Tramontana coast to a place called Adios. So the reason for today's foray into the hills is this section of walk that I'm doing, Andratx to Adios, is part of the larger through hike called the GR221, which you might have heard me mention if you've seen any of the other videos. And fingers crossed, I'm finally going to get to do it. All 140 k's from Port Andratx through to Pollenca in the north of the island, and hopefully doing it with my mate Pablo. 7th of December through to 11th. 140 k's over 5 days, so it's going to be some long days, but that's the reason for coming out today, because this first section is going to be the largest, around somewhere between 30 and 40 k's. I'll hopefully find out by the end of the day. So I just wanted to come out and see if that's actually achievable, because we could add on another day at the beginning if we really have to, although that's kind of lessening the challenge. But you want something demanding and yet achievable at the end of the day, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. So welcome along. So this is what I'm dealing with at the moment. There's terraces up here. I guess there used to be olive groves or something up this way. Used to be a usable track. Now you'd only come up here with 4-wheel drive. But yeah, it's pretty steep, rough underfoot, it's all pretty loose, but it is a pretty well defined path. You can't really miss that, and I think I followed this for quite a while. So this is another reason why I wanted to do this section today, because it's cropped up in forums and things like this that this part is kind of difficult to follow, even though you've got this nice track. There's not actually any signs for the GR221, so you have to follow the cairns, and some helpful people have been along with a spray can and put some markers out. For some reason they just don't mark this section, even though the official book starts from Port Andratx. I believe that most people probably start in Capdea, another little village, and I'm pretty sure there's wooden signs all the way from there, so yeah, it's just a little bit awkward, and then it gets a bit rougher, and just follow the cairns up through. Lost the track now on a footpath dropping down quite steeply into a place called San Elm. Again, it's rough going. It's pretty torn up actually, because the dirt bikes come up here and shred it up. So it's pretty rough going. Luckily it's not wet, because this stuff gets pretty slippery after it's been raining for a bit. And you can see the gullies that the water's carved out as well. So if we have some good rain, it pours down through here off the top. But, yeah, so far so good. Literally, as soon as I pressed stop recording after that last little piece, I just went over on my ankle. Luckily, for some reason I appear to have super flexible ankles, and I can almost go right over on a 90 and they spring back up and there's no pain. But yeah, so I won't be saying that again. Not a bad view. That's the island of Dragonera over there. So the GR221 isn't a through hike like you might be imagining. It's not all in wilderness. Unfortunately, Mallorca's quite a small island and quite a lot of people. So there's a couple of areas where we have to walk through towns. I mean, compared to, well, they're more villages actually, to be fair. The first one coming up is a place called San Elm, which is like a little beach resort. They're all really quiet this time of year because all the tourists have gone home. So that's San Elm out of the way. Onto La Trappa. I've only done this route once, from San Elm to La Trappa. And that was a good 4 or 5 years ago, and completely slipped my mind how punishing it is. The climb out is severe. Severe and rocky, but I think you'll agree it's worth it. So this is La Trappa. Meant to be a refugie, I believe anyway. Converting an old farmhouse by the looks of it. It actually looks like they may have started again, so could be promising. Guidebook said I should have made it here in 3 hours 20. I've made it in 2:46. Bearing in mind I parked about 10 minutes up the road because I didn't want to do all the tarmac section. So yeah, so I've saved myself nearly half an hour, I reckon. Whether I can keep that pace up or not, I don't know. That's averaging, oh, I haven't got the average up, but yeah, that should be a pretty good average. Here's the view from La Trappa. Not bad, not bad. So that was La Trappa. Only stopped very briefly for meat and cheese wrap, drink, mainly because I need to get on, but also because a group of mountain bikers turned up, spoiling the piece. Just the matter now of 6.5 hours to Pollenca. I've been going for nearly 3 hours and not seen a single sign yet for this GR221. I know I'm on the right route, but that's what everybody said about this first part, halfway to Andratx, is there's just no signage for it. So, but you can hear me, it's windy and I've forgotten the wind cover for the GoPro. This gives a pretty good idea of what I've got coming up over the next 5 to 6 hours. The big hill is a smaller disc up, which I've posted a video of me hiking up to the top of that one. It was supposed to be a night out in the bivvy bag, but there's a thunderstorm rolled in, so I headed home. And then just beyond that is Pollenca, a couple of videos of me at the top of that. And then at the foot of Pollenca, where this piece of coast juts out and goes back in, just a little bit further around than that, is Andratx, which is where I'm heading. So yeah, it's pretty hilly. So coming up on 4 hours, and that's the first GR221 sign I've seen. So far so good. It's yeah, it's coming together quite nicely, and now the path is marked quite well for the GR221, so I don't want to say it, but I'm going to. I hope there shouldn't be any problems. Yeah, just stopping for another bite to eat. About an hour and a half since the last ep, so get some grub in me and then carry on. Just encountered one of the problems that everybody talks about. Supposed to follow that little road up there and then it goes into the footpath, but they've decided that there is no such thing as a public right of way, and they've closed it. So I have to carry on walking down here for I don't know, I think it's about another half a kilometre. It's not too bad, but I think it means that the path is going to be steeper to get up to it. Yes, not great. Right. Shout out to the lovely people of Ses Fontenais. For allowing us to walk through their land, and even offering bottles of water down at the by their house. So that was nice of them. They predicted 18 to 19 today, but against these rocks with no wind and the full sun, jeez, it was a lot more than that. A lot more. Whew. This is hard work. But look at the view again. This stuff is brutal. There's no markings, just cairns every now and again. Such as that one up there. It's, I'll take a seat. Oh yeah. It's now 1 o'clock, just gone. So that means I've been going for 5.5 hours and done about 23-24 k's. So it's knocking on, but geez, it's warm. so warm. It's going to take 2 minutes and then carry on, because it stays like this and there's no shade. We had a fire, big fire a few years ago. Thousands of acres of trees burnt down, So I mean there wasn't much shade up here before, but now it's very sparse. I'm not too keen on this part of Mallorca, to be honest. The sparse, open, loose, rocky areas. But like I say, it's got to be done. This is the route. So, catch you in a bit. Good example of why I'm not too keen on these areas. Sat down for 2 minutes to have a bit of a rest, get back up, and you're looking for cairns and it all just merges in. It's until you get your eye in again, it's really difficult because there's just piles of rocks anywhere, everywhere even. So deciphering which ones are cairns and which ones are just normal natural rockfall is or can be difficult for a little bit, but I picked them up again. Hopefully you can make it out. I mean obviously these ones, but all down there as well. All this devastation from one fire, and obviously it's quite remote, so the path is pretty tricky up here. Loads of stuff like this to make your way over. Oh god. There's a little bit more effort, quite a lot more effort actually. But yeah, unbelievable. I think this is as good a place as any to stop and have a bite to eat. Whew. Another reason to stop, other than have a bite to eat. I've finished the water in my water bladder, 2 litres today so far. I bought another bottle with me, just a normal plastic bottle, with another 1.5 litres in it. Poured that in the bladder and then collapsed the plastic one down. And then if needs be, like when we're doing the proper walk, I can then fill the plastic one up with dirty water and filter it with my soya. And I've also got the soya with for the bladder for that I can fill up as well. But I don't think we're going to struggle for water. There's plenty of fonts and stuff, potable water in the towns that we'll be walking through, so we should be alright. Bushwhacking at the moment. Stop for a bite to eat, and those pesky cairns disappear again. No worries, the path should be just a little ways on the other side here. There should be a plateau, and then I can rejoin it there. See where it goes. Over there, there's a path, you won't be able to see it on the GoPro, but between the rocks there. So yeah, a little extra work, hey ho. Instead of double backing on myself, not double, but doing like a switchback after I finished eating, I went down the hill because there's a pretty convincing path. I assume other people have done the same thing. So yeah, I'm back on it now after a little bit more exercise than I really needed. But it's all part of the thing, isn't it? All part of it. So I think this is pretty much it down to Pollenca. Smooth, wide path with trees either side. This bit managed to survive the big fire 2 or 3 years ago. It didn't quite get up this far, which is nice because it's just nicer. Just nicer. So yeah. So that, as you can see, and probably here as well, is adios. So that is pretty much it. I'm back on paved roads now. Got maybe 500 metres until I hit town. Didn't quite realise how long it takes to get back to the truck on the bus. So it's probably about 4 hours, give or take, to get back from here to. I have to go to Palma and then to Port Andratx. So I'm going to do that tonight, because otherwise it wastes most of tomorrow. So I'm not going to stay out tonight. So yeah, that is it. I've done. I'll have to see properly later. I've done about 45,000 steps apparently, and I think by the time I finish 36 hard Ks. I don't know what the elevation is yet. Yeah, but tomorrow will be the big tester, whether I can get out of bed and visualise myself doing another walk. So yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow, I guess. See if I'm sore or not. But as for now, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you like, because hopefully there'll be a nice little series of GR221 videos coming up in December. And yeah, catch you later. Forgot to say adios.